Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
Bounce is back. You ready?
It's the queen of royal badness.
It's time for the Raw Report with Robin Ayers.
Highlighting people and things you should know about.
Robin's got you covered. Follow Robin at Robin Ayers. You're listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Robin's got a lot to talk about.
I'm in airplane mode, I don't need no drama. Everybody know I ain't about that drama, oh yeah. Oh, look at what I started. I'ma tell you right now, I plan on chillin' so hard right now. Ain't taking no calls right now.
You are inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580, where we bring you the latest in entertainment news, trending topics, and interviews. I'm your host, Robin Ayers, with you Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. on that drive home. And I got to tell you, there's not a lot of people on the road right now. I don't know what happened. I got here in like the snap of a finger, and I like that. All right, but it's probably back to normal tomorrow. Shout out to Andy DJ A+, always knocking it out the box. Okay, he's playing that. That's Rihanna. That's not Rihanna. That's Mila J. Sounds very much like Rihanna. Okay. Well, I thought he was playing Rihanna, but that's all right because Rihanna just had another baby. Shout out to her. Congratulations to her. We have another great show for you on deck. You already know what time it is. It's going to be a great one today. And if you want to jump in on the conversation and you have an idea, you have a thought, you just want to say hello, you can do that by calling 1-800-920-1580. You can also join us right now. I see you guys. Hello. I see you all joining us inside the YouTube chat, and that's always fun. Go on over in there. We are a great community. We welcome you. Absolutely. Don't forget, you guys who are over in our YouTube, make sure that you like, make sure that you share, you can comment, and all the above. We definitely appreciate that. We do have a couple of, they're calling it a hurricane. That's the new name. It's the new name. They are calling it a hurricane. The fact that California, well, it wasn't quite an earthquake that we experienced. It had been sort of weakened and downgraded to what they call a tropical storm. But, we want to call it an earthquake. Californians, we're like, we experienced our first earthquake, but not quite. Anyway, we did experience a hurricane. That's what it was. We want to say that we experienced a hurricane, but that wasn't it. We did experience an earthquake. That was a trip. I was sitting there. My whole family were sitting at home. Everybody probably felt it because we weren't doing anything yesterday. And sure enough, it was a long one, too. That earthquake was long, but it was more of a waving effect. It wasn't jolting or anything crazy. So thank God for that. They say initially it was a 5.5. I believe that reports had since been made that it was 5.2. Nonetheless, we felt it. I don't care what it was. And there were a couple of aftershocks as well. But hopefully all of you are safe. Hopefully you did not experience any damage or any, harm or anything like that. So, but we toughed it out, LA. California, I got to give us our props. We definitely toughed it out. Hopefully we won't have to do that again. Okay, so there was a man who had gone viral. I don't know if you had seen this, but he was all over the blogs, and he had gone viral for selling flip-flops outside of a Beyonce concert. I mean, talk about first of all, you have to be sort of courageous to do something like that. It was just a pile of, generic flip-flops. So shout out to that guy who just had the wherewithal to say, I'm just going out there and I'm going to pull up and I'm going to put some flip-flops out there to all the ladies who go out there in their nice little heels and they're trying to dance all night or catch a man, whatever you're trying to do. I ain't mad at you. But at the end of the night, you're going to feel it. So you want those flip-flops. So yes, sir. I mean, that's why he went viral. That was a really smart move on his behalf. Speaking of flip-flops and dressing up and Beyonce concerts, my question of the day for you, especially ladies, is does the dress code or the outfit that you're wearing, is it now a downgrade when you wear flats with your dressy outfit? That is going to be the question of the day. I will go ahead and put that in the chat for you all to, give us your opinion on, but that will be it. I will upload that in just a second. Speaking of Rihanna, who I thought this song was, Mila J, shout out to her. Rihanna and A$AP Rocky did have their second child today, reportedly a baby boy in Los Angeles. So really cute. Shout out to them. On some sad news, though, Ron Cephas Jones has passed away. He was a great actor. I'm sure you have seen him in a lot of different things, but he was only 66 years old, and I'm sure that loss has been felt all across the industry. We've seen several people posting about him, people who had known him for years. And so definitely a great loss in the entertainment industry as well as within his own family and set of friends. So we want to give our condolences to his family and his friends. Let's go ahead and get to the Raw Report, Andy.
Now it's time for a breakdown.
So what we're talking about today, you already know, Sha'Carri Richardson. She is the world champion. I'm so excited to break that down. But what has she gone through and what is she back from? Is the world now on her side after they lit her up? Well, several people are talking about it. We're going to give our thoughts on the other side with our amazing contributor that we have in the studio with us today. We're also going to talk about Ice-T's wife, his wife and his daughter, as a matter of fact. Coco and Chanel. They are stirring up their own controversy, and we will tell you why. It's sort of weird, but it's a great topic, and I got something to say because I have kids, and I specifically have daughters, so I would like to talk about this on the other side as well. We'll also just briefly talk about Twitter. I'm going to call it Twitter. It's called X, but it's formerly Twitter. I don't know if anybody's calling it X nowadays, but we're going to talk about something that a new feature of theirs or lack thereof. They've actually removed a feature, and we'll talk about what the consequences may be from doing that. So we'll break all of that down on the other side. You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay right there.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Lil Real. Right now, I'm hanging out with Robin on the Raw Report. That's right.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
Support comes from Getty, presenting The Gospel at Colonus, a theatrical event under the stars that reimagines the story of Oedipus. Blending Greek myth with Black spiritual practice, the show follows the blinded Oedipus as he seeks redemption after a lifetime of tragedy. Co-produced by Court Theater, conceived and adapted by Lee Brewer, with music composed by Bob Telson. Thursdays through Saturdays this September at the Getty Villa Museum. Tickets available now at getty.edu.
Can we make 10,000 thread count sheets?
For Lens Linens, staying in the comfort zone is never an option.
Maximum thread count we could possibly thread.
An industrial seamstress would make their sweet dreams come true.
I want it to feel like you're on a snowflake, on cotton candy, on marshmallows, on a cloud.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Dell Technologies Back to School event is on with deals on top tech for class, hobbies, and more. Now when you buy, you support a cause. With every eligible purchase, Dell will donate to UNICEF in support of GIGA, a UNICEF ITU global initiative to connect schools across the globe to the internet. Accidental damage protection included. Get rare deals on select laptops and desktops powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Save now at Dell.com/deals. UNICEF does not endorse any company, brand, product, or service.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, nonprofit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA, and congratulations to the dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Prothos-Stith. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Raw Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
You know I'm back, and I'm not here to do it by myself. That's the good news. You all know I just love this woman. She's joining me again inside the Raw Report. You know her as a multimedia journalist. We'll let her tell you a little bit about what she does in case you missed her last time. But she's here with us inside the studio. Please welcome Niele Anderson to
thank
the
you
show.
so much, Robin, for the invite.
Absolutely,
Yes.
I
must have said something right because I got asked back another time.
You said a lot of things right, and what it is that I love to have insightful conversations about different things. Many times we can just take something as it is and just be like, give our little opinion about it. But when you offer insight to something and you have strong opinions on things, I love those kind of conversations, and you do just that. So,
I have very strong opinions about certain things.
yes, you do. That was clear the last time you came. So I'm glad that you are back with us today. And let me get your thoughts on this. I have a poll going on right now about flat shoes. If you're wearing a dressy outfit or something, do flat shoes instantly downgrade your outfit?
See, I think it depends on the individual because I'm a tall woman. I'm about 5'11", 6 feet.
Okay.
So for many years, I wore the kitten heel, and sometimes I still do.
Okay.
Or the flat shoe.
That's
because
fair.
I don't want to be the tallest person in the room.
Oh,
and
okay.
So that's my reason for not always wanting to wear high heels. But now it's like, whatever, I'm single, I'm ready to mingle. Let me step it up a little bit.
Absolutely. I'm not mad at it. You know what? I'll tell you this. I worked for I actually had her on as a guest. My very first real boss, I'll say, was Beverly Peel, the supermodel. She was,
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was incredible and obviously very tall.
Beautiful lady, too.
Beautiful, like stunningly beautiful. And obviously I'm just not tall. I'm 5'5", probably 5'6" in some heels. But she taught me actually what that feels like to own your height. And just own whatever it is. She owned her flaws. She owned, everything that made her Beverly Peel. And I was just like, whoa, I had never been around someone who just owned the fact that they were so tall. I don't quite know her height, but yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you're supposed to do it, I guess, right? For me, it's not so much the height. It is how you walk. How you walk. If you're a lazy walker and you walk like you're wearing flip-flops all the time, then maybe you should wear some heels because it'll sort of help navigate you in how you want to walk, a little bit. But if you can walk a certain way just in flat sneakers, whatever, then I'm all about that.
Yeah, but it does give you a certain vibe, a certain sexiness.
Instantly.
And sometimes when I look at myself in a dress and I may put on the flats because that's what I want to go to, when you put on the heel, you feel like a lady.
Instantly. Absolutely. Okay. Well, 60% of you say no, it does not downgrade your outfit. That is very interesting. Okay. And I'll go with you on that, but I know probably the funniest time that I have ever laughed. We're getting ready to move on with our conversation, but I have to say this. JB Smoove, I cried tears. I mean, unstoppable tears. He had a little segment where he talked about women who are wearing flats and like the way that they walk around. And ever since I heard that, I started paying attention to how we actually do it. If you're wearing flip-flops or something, the way you walk around, but then the moment you put on heels, it definitely changes things. So, yeah, we'll see.
You get a little strut in you. You start to strut.
You do, and you stand a little differently. You know, the pose is differently. So, you know, we'll go ahead and keep the poll up to see what you guys say throughout. But let's go ahead and jump into this conversation about Sha'Carri Richardson. Woo! Can we give Sha'Carri a round of applause? She is now the world champion of the women's 100-meter race. Good for her. You know, she ran that race in 10.75 seconds. I wish I could. She was at the World Athletics Championship, Budapest 2023. Amazing. She's amazing. She always has been, but we do know that in 2021 she was disqualified from her race, that she had won for the use of marijuana.
Right.
And it hurt so many people's feelings because at the same time, marijuana was legal in many places, but she had been disqualified. It was the United States Anti-Doping Agency that said, sit down for a month. Basically, they disqualified her, and she was just basically ineligible for her Tokyo Games. Well, she did say that she was using that as a coping mechanism for the loss of her mother, her biological mom. But people dragged her. I don't know if you really paid attention. There were people who were like, "Oh, she's dumb for doing that," you know. And then I think they treated Sha'Carri, because that was really the first time internationally that we started to hear her name, and they started to treat her like some, you know, ratchet girl. She was wearing the bright colored wigs and the long nails, and just really kind of treating her like she didn't just kill it in the race, right? And she dropped the ball. I mean, they said all kinds of things about this girl. Her name was just ringing all throughout the blogs and social media. But, you know, we started to see her come back.
Right.
I've enjoyed watching her come back, and she's been very humble about it all. And now here she is, world champion, and, you know, people are now reposting her and saying how she's the champ. And she's not letting it get to her. But what does that say about us as a society for us to just kind of, you know, now we're rooting her on and we're championing her on her comeback?
Well, I think, I mean, if we keep it real and we go back to the marijuana, like, okay, that was that. But she was talking a lot of mess. She talked about the Jamaican track runners because they came back and they had a clap back.
Yes.
And then some of the other Olympic runners had made comments to like, she just needs to tone down. So she had a lot going on back then.
I will say this, though. If somebody was coming at me, I mean, she's very young, too. Sha'Carri is only 23 years old. Right. So, you know, her having kind of doing all of this in front of everybody, she's still young. I kind of feel like if you coming at me and I got these Jamaican runners, you know, and all kinds of runners, we had all kind of people saying stuff about her.
Well, they weren't talking about her. They just beat her.
Yeah.
At one of the races.
Yeah.
And so she kind of, I think it's a catch-22, like you're saying. I think definitely she's making her comeback, and people are looking at her now as an athlete versus before she allowed the marijuana and all of the clapbacks that she was given to overshadow her talent.
That is a great point.
So now the focus is back on her talent.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so now hopefully she will have learned to, because we like Angela Reese. We like a little hood in the girl.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? So we want that.
Yeah.
But hopefully she's toned it down enough to where we could just focus on the great athlete that she is.
You do make a great point. She had lost a couple of races, and that was amid her smack talking. You know what I'm saying? She was talking a lot of smack. And, you know, I hear your point. For me, I'm just saying, I'm not jumping on a Sha'Carri bandwagon here, but I will say, I never really had too much to say about. I had my thoughts about her,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't like where she was going, especially because we didn't know her. We hadn't seen much of her personality or anything. But the things that she was saying, I was in the back of my mind. I was like, just be quiet and just do the work. Just be quiet, do the work.
Yes.
But at her age, I can't say that I would have acted any differently in the sense of like clapping back. You know what I'm saying? If all these people got things to say, I'm gonna clap back, right or wrong.
But I think that's why we love her, right? Because we see like that black girl magic. She has all of the things of, what black girl magic is. And so now, hopefully, she's still going to give us that because we want to see that swagger. We want to see that little attitude, just a little bit, but not enough to where it overshadows the race. Just never overshadow the race or whatever it is you do.
Literally, I could underscore that point. That was the perfect point in that don't let all of that you boasting and things like that overshadow your talent. And what she has, I think the transition that she's making really is about showcasing her talent and quieting down. She's like, okay, I don't need to say anything more. You see
leave it on the track.
Leave it on the track. I like that. She says a few, or she behaves a certain way in some of her videos on her own Instagram page. But it's just enough. It's just a little bit, and to your point, I really like that.
I mean, think about Angela Reese. Like, I love her. What does she tell? We're not going to the White House.
Oh, yeah.
But she went to the White House, right?
She be popping her stuff. She does pop her stuff. But you're right. You are right.
She went to the White House. It's like about sportsmanship, understanding the space that you're in. They're young. They're growing. And we love to see it.
We do love to see it. And here's the thing. People are now, because, this news came about online today that she won. Obviously, it was today. Several people are chiming in on the conversation. And Plies, y'all know, funny guy, but a rapper, Plies, he says, Sha'Carri Richardson is a prime example of how people will write you off in your worst moments. And the minute you get it popping, they reappear like we've been messing with them the whole time. He is absolutely right. How many people do we see now? And I mean, obviously, we can't track who said something negative versus who's, on her team now. But there are so many people now who are championing her and they're getting behind her and could be some of the same people who were talking mess about her before. And it is. I don't know if it's an us thing or if it's just a nature, a thing like humanity where we're with you at first, or we might be with you, and then you do something crazy, and then we want to leave you, and then you do something great again, and we want to be back with you. I don't know who that stems from, but we do it a lot. I know we've seen it all over our people. That's just I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I have to admit I was one of those people because I was like, girl, hush, stop, knock it off. But now it's like I'm her number one cheerleader because it's about the race. It's about the speed. It's about the Olympics. And that's what we're rooting for. But hush, girl.
Okay. Is it fair to say that because we've seen her transition, because we've seen her grow a little bit in her maturity, that we're rooting for her and because she's talented? Is it fair to say that?
I think it's the talent first because she could still be talking trash and losing races. But it's because she's winning. Everybody likes a winner.
That's so fair. Andy, did you want to make? Okay. All right. So that's so true. Natasha Parker says true because cancel culture is ridiculous. Cancel culture is really it's next level. Andy, do we have this clip of Sha'Carri? This is on her last race that she just, not the one that she won today, but her previous race. And a reporter asked her about, what the world expects of her or how the world is looking at her. And let's just take a listen to what she says.
What about the way that you seem to conserve some energy? You ran 10 flat, and you can run much faster than that. Was that important here in this first round, not to give out too much?
Definitely this first round, more so just execution, focusing in, having that energy and performance tomorrow for semis and finals, and just putting it all together, taking it round by round, event by event.
All right, the world has been waiting to see what you'll do on this stage. What are your expectations of yourself?
The world, I'm not worried about the world anymore. I've seen the world be my friend. I've seen the world turn on me. But at the end of the day, I've always been with me. God has always been with me. So being on this scale now, it's my time. It's always been my time, but now it's my time to actually do it for myself. And the people that felt like me, the people that look like me, and the people that know their truth about themselves as well, I represent those people.
Thanks for stopping, Sha'Carri.
Come on, Sha'Carri. Yeah. Come on, Sha'Carri. I love that. She just sounds so much wiser. But that was a whole nugget right there. She was like, I'm not tripping about what the world has to think about me anymore because I've seen them be my friend and I've seen them turn on me and now want to be my friend. She is 100% correct in that.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way people have treated her.
But look, she didn't talk about nobody in that speech. That was a speech like FUBU, for us, by us.
Yeah.
She didn't take jabs at nobody, and that's the Sha'Carri that we want to see.
Yes.
Talk that talk.
Yeah.
But just make it about the race.
Yes, you are right. Speaking of Jamaican sprinters and people who won in her previous races, she ran against Sharika Jackson and Shelly Ann Fraser Price, who were second and third in this race today. And I'd be curious to see if they are two of the women who were kind of, alluding to different things against Sha'Carri in the past. I'm not sure. I can't say one way or the other. Deion Taylor, director, producer extraordinaire, Deion Taylor, he did put out a post as well. He says, no one is perfect, he said, but we will watch daily someone fall, and the very person you loved and trusted or simply respected mutually will throw you to the wolves. He's specifically talking about Sha'Carri here. He says they'll talk about you like a dog, whisper in darkness about your shortcomings. The world will turn. He said, but God, he will stand in those that have pure intention and heart and love. And just as fast as you fell, these same people will not know what hit them. I just love it. And but of course, we're going to hear this narrative over and over and over again.
And it's good for her. Like, that's good press because now we're seeing her in a different light. And let's be clear, part of sports, there's trash talking.
Yes.
So I don't want to say like she shouldn't say anything because that comes with the sport. But it was just the way that it was done during that time. And all we saw was a black girl who had so much potential, had so much more in store, and how she was like, it looked like she was throwing it away. And we was just like, baby girl, tone it down. Let's get rid of past this weed stuff so we could get to where we need to be. I think a lot of it was like that.
Yeah, the last thing I will say is shout out to her, and she doesn't need to speak about anything anymore. She does these little things on the track while she's running. She did the whole like no sweat thing as she finished the cross line on her last race. So bottom line is we are rooting for Sha'Carri Richardson. She's doing a fantastic job, and now she's running in Paris 2024, and I'm excited to see that.
And guess what? She's going to make us watch the Olympics.
She is.
Some people are only going to watch the Olympics because of her.
100%. Right now, we have news, traffic, and sports. We're going to continue really good conversations on the other side. You are listening to The Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. Stay there.
Hey, I'm Damian Young. I'm chilling with Robin on The Raw Report.
More of The Raw Report with Robin Ayers when we come forward.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Around 25 million people are under flood warnings as Tropical Storm Hillary moves through the southwest. A post-tropical Hillary is forecast to lose steam and dissipate before the end of Monday. A Rutgers University study finds that exposure to the common cold may boost COVID-19 immunity. The common cold and COVID-19 are both coronaviruses, and Rutgers researchers say people who've been exposed to the cold type may also build up pre-existing immunity to its genetic cousin. The black man, who is known for creating the world-famous Cha-Cha Slide, is laid to rest. DJ Casper's Celebration of Life service was held Saturday at Holy Temple Cathedral in Harvey, Illinois. Those in attendance danced to the Cha-Cha Slide before the end of the service. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
We still have a sick alert in Downey on the 105 westbound after Bellflower Boulevard. That big rig fire has the 2 right lanes blocked. It stopped from the 605. In Santa Fe Springs, 605 southbound before Telegraph Road. Got that crash cleared to the right shoulder. Yorba Linda, 91 eastbound before Gypsum Canyon Road. That earlier crash cleared to the right shoulder as well. And on the 5 southbound before Euclid Street. Got a disabled vehicle in the Center Divider area.
Calling all night owls, Buffalo Wild Wings is open late. Fill up on some tasty apps with an ice cold tall beer starting at $4. Late night food and drinks start at $4 from 10 till close at B-Dubs. Limited time at participating locations. Offers, days, and times may vary. Drink responsibly. Void where prohibited. Tax and fees extra.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
USC is making history today. Jennifer Cohen will become the school's first female athletics director. The 54-year-old Cohen comes to USC after serving as AD at the University of Washington since 2016. Cohen replaces Mike Bohn, who resigned in May. USC quarterback Caleb Williams, last season's Heisman Trophy winner, was named to the Associated Press first-team preseason All-American team. Also on the first team is Colorado cornerback Travis Hunter, who transferred from Jackson State to join head coach Deion Sanders. The Dodgers are off today. They head to Cleveland to start a 6-game road trip tomorrow night. Rams Pro Bowl wide receiver Cooper Kupp will return to practice this week. Kupp has been out since August 1st with a hamstring injury. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Gotta stay fresh, my house shot with a rest bar,
Have you visited us online for the grand opening of KBLA.store? For the best in new merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to KBLA.store. Be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at KBLA.store today. That's KBLA.store for all the official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580.
The bounce is back.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look, and unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at the gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family was founded to help address domestic violence and sexual assault in the Asian and the Pacific Islander communities. The Center for the Pacific Asian Family's mission is to build healthy and safe communities by addressing the root causes and consequences of family violence and violence against women. They are committed to meeting the specific cultural and language needs of the Asian and Pacific Islander women and their families. CPAF's vision is of an Asian and Pacific Islander community that embraces healthy relationships and works in partnership with other communities to eradicate all forms of violence. To access services, volunteer, or for more info, visit nurturingchange.org. At KBLA Talk 1580, we believe everyone deserves to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. Keeping you you informed about what's really going on.
Who's got next?
And what not to miss in entertainment. You're listening to The Rob Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Trust me, do you trust me now? Hey, I really gotta know. You know that I love you.
Oh, that feels so good. I love some good music. You're inside the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580. That's Andy dropping another heater for you right there. You know how he gets down. Joining me live in the studio, I'm so happy to have this conversation with Niele Anderson, who's just always got great insight. We just had a great conversation about Sha'Carri Richardson, who is now the world champion in the 100-meter race for women. And, you know, what we feel is the world on her side now that we've seen the world sort of turn against her when she was disqualified for her use of marijuana. But now she seems to be a new woman. Andy.
Yeah, I just remember what I was going to say. Humanity is just fickle.
Yeah.
Period. We follow the trends. We follow what's popping. We follow what's winnable. You know what I mean? Let R. Kelly eventually come out of jail, redeem himself, and everybody's going to be on his side. That's just
fact.
what it is.
I never stopped listening to R. Kelly. I'm sorry.
I didn't either. I'm sorry. I did not.
I separate the art from the man.
This is a gift then. This is a gift because I'm able to do that as well. Let's go ahead and move into our other conversation about Ice-T's wife and daughter. Okay, Coco and Chanel, they are going, I'm not going to say quite viral, but they did have, you know, a post where it was controversial. They are underwater swimming and there's a phone that's capturing them kissing on the mouth. And they're holding their kiss. Now, this is underwater, so a little bit different of a situation, but they're holding this kiss on the mouth for, you know, what seems like a lengthy period of time, according to some people, and some people are calling it weird. They're like, okay, that's a little too weird to be kissing on the mouth that long with, you know, it's a mother and daughter. But then if you go and you search some other videos, you can tell that they're very, very affectionate as a family. Specifically, mom and daughter are very, very affectionate. And I just want to toss it over to you, Niele, to give me your give me your thoughts on if there is a time limit on a parent, we'll say a mother and daughter, a man and a son, a man and a girl and his daughter, is there a time limit on how a parent or how long a parent and a child should kiss on the mouth?
Not when it comes to social media. Social media shouldn't decide on how long Coco and her daughter should be kissing.
Okay.
I mean, people have different ways of parenting. What about the child who never gets kissed or hugged? I was just watching Love and Marriage Detroit, and that was one of the couples, one of the husband's issues with his mother is that she never showed him love. So is it too much love she's giving? And let's not forget, Coco had this child with late in life.
Yes.
So that's her baby.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
So there's so many factors, but I just think that's just such a bogus story to attack Coco for that.
You can tell they're very, very loving. I'll say this. My daughters who have grown up with mom and dad in the house and they've seen the affection and all that, I believe that there is a point where you have to teach your child that there's a certain romantic love and then there's a certain other kind of love. Because I've been in situations with my own daughters where I'm kissing them and they think it's okay to kiss me for a long period of time on the mouth. And I'm getting uncomfortable. Like, at what point should I pull my daughter apart to show you that we're not supposed to kiss super lengthy like that? It's okay to kiss me on the mouth, but we're not supposed to go into this long kiss like you've seen mommy and daddy do.
Now, is that in public or is that just
in private? We were in private. We were at home. No, because I feel as if you don't train that at some point along the lines, your kid is going to be thinking that
okay.
Let me go ahead and let me kiss my mama for real. Let me kiss my daddy for real. You get what I'm saying? Lengthy. If you don't show them the difference.
Right.
Those are my thoughts.
I mean, okay, and that is okay as a parent because there's no malice in that.
Sure.
I mean, when you were saying that, I think about people telling women how long they should breastfeed. Sometimes you see a 4-year-old, and it's like, girl, that is too much.
But who are you to say?
But who are you
so
to say?
intrusive.
But I
get
think
that.
it's a little excessive.
Yeah.
Yeah. The child has teeth. It can talk. It can tell you it wants some milk.
Right. A little bit too much, but who are we to say, right?
But those kids turn out to be okay, too.
Sure.
So it's just a parenting thing, I think.
Yeah, there are some, it's just a very fine line because you would consider some things intimate at a certain point, Let's see, over in our YouTube, okay, 100% of you right now say there is a time limit on how long a parent and child should kiss on the mouth.
Well, what is the time limit?
I'd be curious. Okay,
I want to know what the time limit is.
What is the time in seconds? Because it's definitely not going to go above a minute, right? So what is the time? If you are listening right now over on YouTube, is it 2 seconds, Andy? 2 seconds? Okay, Andy says 2 second limit. You got to peck, you got to mwah, and then you got to be done. You got to mwah, and then you got to be done. We're not doing 5 seconds. Me and my daughter are not kissing for 5 seconds.
Well, I think this was underwater. They were playing.
Yes.
I mean, you have to put everything in context.
Now, that's the difference. That's what I would say. Like, you're holding your breath anyway. I think we kind of did that as kids. You kind of like go up to, but those are, that still wasn't a mother and a daughter. I don't know.
Or like, remember when and this is a horrible example. I mean, not to me, but it's going to be a horrible example. On Bill Cosby, when they would do the kids.
Very horrible.
Under the circumstances, it's a bad example. What do they call it? Zerbers. Give me a Zerber.
Zerber. Yeah, Zerbered me. Yes.
So...
Different though.
But I mean,
I hear
slobbering on somebody's cheek.
Yes, but it is not you do not zerbert your spouse at the same time. Maybe in playtime, but but intimately we are not zerberting each other. We are kissing on the mouth and we are kissing for a lengthy period of time. Andy says 2 seconds. Penny Thompson says, Robin, I totally agree with you. Kids have to be taught what's excessive.
Right.
Natasha Parker says a quick peck. Forrest Harrison says pecks only up to age 5.
Oh,
and then are you saying, Forrest Harrison, that after age 5 you don't kiss at all on the mouth? I'm curious to know about that. Yeah, let me know. I mean,
my grandfather used to kiss me on the mouth, and there was no malice in that. Okay, none whatsoever.
How old were you?
I was a grown woman.
Okay,
that was
I think that's okay. Like my 16-year-old now, I'll come in the house and she quickly, sort of on the side right here.
Yeah.
We don't mind. But it's literally a peck and then we move on. Mm-hmm. Don't kiss me for 3 to 5 seconds.
Or like sometimes,
or I'm a
DD
to you.
And they'll grab you on the head and they'll shake their head and give you a big fat kiss.
Yeah.
I just don't think we should over sexualize everything. And I think that happens a lot too in this day and age.
Yes.
But I'm just saying, if we want to put a time limit in the parenting guide, I mean, I'm not a parent, so go for it. But I'm just saying that video didn't look like it was an intimate kiss.
I agree with you on that. Now, did you ever watch the show Power?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you watch it, like all the episodes? Are you pretty?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
remember
part of the Powerverse?
Perfect, because so am I. Tommy, the character Tommy and his mom.
Now that's Now that right there. That right there.
Tommy and his mom, she would kiss him excessively.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a lengthy, probably 10 to 15 second kiss. Now, of course, they're in character, but in the show, they are mom and son, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's a grown man.
Right.
Excessive?
Very much so. But that whole relationship is strange.
It's a very strange relationship. Okay, so it's very interesting that some would consider that over sexualizing something versus training you that there absolutely is a difference. There's love both ways with, a parental love versus a spouse. That's love, showing love either way or affection either way. But one is specifically meant for your spouse.
Right. I mean, just as long as the little girl didn't try to slip her tongue in her mama's mouth.
then all bets are off.
All bets are off. But if we're talking about, oh, mommy, I love you, we're swimming, we're playing, I give that the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, Forrest Harrison says, no, only on the cheek. I have 3 girls and 2 boys, so he only kisses on the cheek. Terry Tari says, I'm amazed that anybody can kiss underwater. I don't know how about the okay, well, are you just saying that, well, they weren't necessarily their mouths were touching, like 2 fish kind of coming together and kissing. Terry says the whole circumstances seem to be weird. I'm not going to kiss anybody underwater. Well, it's if you saw the video, you would kind of know what we're talking about. Okay, well now someone says that there is not a time limit on kissing on the mouth. Well, listen, I'm going to digress on the situation and just say, for me, I just believe it's a matter of timing or training your child that, we can kiss on the mouth, but you kind of stop it after a certain point and, kind of train them in that way. But I'm not going to. Or
it's a good teaching moment. Maybe you say after the kiss, now, would you kiss Uncle Joe like that? Or would you kiss your friend like that? And
it could open up conversation. You're right.
It could be a teachable moment.
You are right.
But I don't think between a mother and child, there are circumstances where it happens. But for the most part, I just think it's just love.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, though, I'm not even gonna move on to this next subject because I gotta get on this. I don't want my daughters kissing another man outside of their dad on the mouth.
Absolutely.
Kiss me on the cheek, 100% fine. A long hug, 100% fine for me. You are not kissing, nor are you sitting on another man's lap or kissing him on the mouth.
I mean, I like that evolution with time because back in the day, uncle would come around or whoever, family friend, and go give him a kiss. Go sit on his lap. So I'm glad like that type of behavior has evolved because a lot of things were happening that now are more in the open when it comes to touching people and molestation and things like that. So I do agree 100% with that.
I mean, we'd have to agree that although our society, we do talk about things and we do over-sexualize a lot of things, we have to agree that so much has changed in our like from this generation to the ones prior.
Right.
Just a prime example, we used to be able to walk down the street to the store and not have anybody harass us, right? Nowadays, children are being picked up in one block. I mean, people are just it seems like mental health is more on the rise. People have issues, really, outwardly, right? And so things are just different. And because of that, we also have to pivot in the way that we raise our kids. So that's just a rule for me. Natasha Parker says, but don't y'all think dads would get dragged if they kissed their daughter on the lips and posted to social media? No, I don't think. Well, for that length of time, I do believe. Well, they already dragged Coco and her own daughter Chanel. They absolutely would have dragged Ice-T had he kissed his daughter on the mouth that long. But to see a dad kiss his daughter on the mouth as a peck, I don't think that would be wrong.
I don't think so either. I don't. But social media, they have a vote now, and so
social media has absolutely. That's
beware.
Why. Seriously, I am very limited in what I post about my family on social media now. Just it used to be different, but nowadays I'm like, all of y'all have too much to say, and I go in about my family. So let's not try that. Okay, so we'll keep it business over here. Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna move forward, and when we do come forward, we're actually gonna have who's got next and what not to miss on the other side. You are listening to the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl BB, and you're listening to me on the Raw Report on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're inside the Raw Report with Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Maisha Cairo here for KBLA Talk 1580. We're live in Los Angeles at JP Morgan Chase's Advancing Black Wealth Tour. And I'm speaking to some of the attendees today to see why it was so important for them to be here.
Yeah, this is Lakey and Tyler. Main reason that's very important for me to be here is just to leave a legacy for my kids. Black wealth, generational wealth is what we need in our community, Oh, Chase, someone has to take the lead. They're showing, big business like Chase cares, and they're putting their money where their mouth is at. So it's good to see, big institution like Chase, giving a lifting hand, to the community, and you got to respect that. It makes me want to bank with Chase, and give them another look. If I go to another institution, I actually see what Chase is doing for the community.
That's right. Chase is doing their part to help advance Blackwell. For more money support, tune in every day from 12 to 2 to KBLA Talk 1580's Midday Money Chain, right here.
Be ready for extreme heat in your area. On days when extreme heat is expected, take action to keep your home as cool as possible. Set your air conditioner to 78 degrees. If AC isn't available, close blinds and curtains on all windows and run fans counterclockwise. Or find your nearest cooling center. Transportation help may be available. Learn more at heatreadyca.com. Brought to you by the state of California.
To my hometown, my community. Some of you have known me my whole life. Do you notice anything different about the kids in the neighborhood? Ever paid attention? You might start with gifts, money, attention. These are signs. Child trafficking is happening right here in this town. So don't just watch through the window. Pay attention. Because the more we know, the more we'll all know to say no. Learn the signs to look for and how to help at no-to-say-no.com.
KBLA Talk 1580 stands for Unity and Healing. African Focus Incorporated is a nonprofit organization based in California that focuses on the growth and well-being of Africans all around the world. Their mission is to promote the well-being of people of African descent through knowledge and appreciation of one another by building a bridge of love and understanding. African Focus Incorporated strives for cultural, educational, and economic growth. They're the organization behind the African Family Induction Ceremony, African Goodwill Awards, African Focus Trailblazer Tours, African Dance Competition, and Showcase Los Angeles, Family Day, Good News Windows Microfinance Project, and more. To volunteer, travel with African Focus, or to attend one of their community building events, please call 310-676-7730. That's 310-676-7300. Or visit AfricanFocus.org. This is a diaspora-wide community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Giving you your daily dose of entertainment and celebrity news.
You're inside the Rob Report.
With Robin Ayers on KBLA Talk 1580.
All right, well, I decided to keep the party going. I love that Niele is here. So we're going to have another conversation. I will tell you in just a little bit who's got next and what I don't want you to miss. But I still wanted to get to this topic, Niele, of we were talking about X or Twitter or whatever you choose to call it. But Elon Musk recently decided that he was going to remove the feature of being able to block people. Now, I can't tell you how beautiful that feature has been for me, being able to block people. And not that I need to block too many people, because generally speaking, people, they're not coming at me. But there have been a couple who I'm like, okay, I have to get rid of this person, period, just because they have been, I've actually gone to like verbal blows on social media with some people.
Okay.
And recently had to block somebody because he was all the way left and foul and just like out of nowhere. You're not going to be able to block people anymore. So how, I feel like that's almost abusive to have to take someone coming at you and you not being able to do anything about it. Now, the only way you can block them is within the DM confines. But on the regular threads, they can still come at you and say anything that they want to say. What do you feel about that?
Elon Musk wants the smoke.
He
He wants everybody to catch it. I don't do Twitter. I don't.
Okay.
I really don't do it anymore since Elon Musk purchased it.
Okay.
I'm more of an Instagram, Facebook. I tried, what is it, Threads?
Yeah. Just like Twitter.
Yes, just like Twitter. So I did that to be, and then I think that we should try to support fan base. You know, that's Isaac Hayes.
I love fan base. I'm on there.
I'm trying to figure it out and navigate it.
Yeah.
But I would just like to see us as Black folks find a platform that we really resonate to, because everybody just rides off of what we bring to their platforms. I don't know how we do it. because I'm not really that deep into fan base. But I mean, I don't even think we should do Twitter. I think all black folks should get off of Twitter.
Yes.
You know,
you are
just
right.
Get off of Twitter.
You are right. I mean, I love that Isaac Hayes has gone over to start fan base. I've been on it for a while. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm over there, but I'm not getting traction. So I almost feel like I post for no reason, you know. I have some friends who are over there who are trying to get me going and, you know, all that. But I just think that if we begin to make it a thing and we put it at the forefront of our minds, then it'll start to gain more traction. It's already doing well, but I just feel like this feature of removing the block feature can literally cause some mental anguish. That's my thought, because say you have a situation like me where someone becomes irate or someone is, you know, threatening you or something like that, telling you to go off yourself or things like that.
Well, you know, funny, I tend to get that when I post political stuff from like Trumpsters.
Yes.
I mean, they go in, and I just kind of, sometimes I find myself going back and forth, but it's only when I post like hashtag Hillary Clinton or hashtag Donald Trump. And then I get all these random crazy people doing stuff. And then I just start ignoring them. And I just forget about the post. And I think that's what we have to do. Just forget about the post.
Yes.
Just forget about the
You have to post and let it go.
Let it go.
Natasha Parker says, what's fan base? Please go check it out in your app. You know, I would love to I talked to Isaac about getting him on the show so he can talk about it. Yeah, he would really obviously sell it without selling it, so to speak. But
he's the father. He's the son of Isaac.
The Isaac Hayes. Yeah. So he's the third, I believe. Isaac Hayes the third, if I'm not mistaken. Andy?
It's IG 2.0.
It's IG 2.0, he says. Okay, Instagram 2.0. Okay, I like that.
I do too.
They have all the features of Instagram, just so you know. It's really kind of getting up and going. But yes, Forrest Harrison says we should all basically pull up on fan base. I agree with you on that. Let's do it. Let's make it a thing.
Let's get him over here to your show so he can tell us more about it.
Yes, let's get Isaac over here. Okay, so Niel, once again, you got to come more.
I will.
Y'all tell Niel.
I told you.
Listen, tell Niel to pull up. Talking about pulling up on fan base, pull up on the Rob Report. Okay.
No, but sincerely, I appreciate this because I never get to talk pop culture. I'm always talking politics or community news.
Yes.
So
let everybody know right now where they can find you. Give us a quick 15 seconds of where they can find you.
You can find me at the LA Sentinel, and you can find me on KCAL 9 on Thursdays talking about the headlines that are important to black people on behalf of the LA Sentinel.
Well, you already know I enjoy you. You are welcome anytime that you'd like to come over, for sure. You guys, I did not give you a who's got next, but I'm going to tell you who I think's got next. Her name is Mayeli. You can find her at I am Mayeli, Mayelli. She is pretty dope. Got a beautiful voice. So go ahead and check that out. We'll play some things maybe tomorrow. You are right. The Rob Report sometimes is just too short because we be getting into the nitty gritty like this. I appreciate all of you guys over on YouTube and all of you who are listening via the app or on the radio. You don't want to change that channel though. You already know who's coming up is Zoe Williams with The Voice of Reason on the other side. Remember, I'm Robin Host, and today and every day forward, be a blessing.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.